Welcome back to another video and another update on whether or not I am going to look to go down a testosterone replacement therapy journey. So it's been a bit of a delay since my last video I released, because I've had to have time to think about things and to reflect on the discussions in the online meeting I had with the doctor to go through my results. Looking at my lifestyle, looking at my history, looking at all a variety of things really to make sure that what he's proposing is right for me, and whether or not it's something myself as well, whether I want to go down this route or not. It's been quite a difficult week or so, 2 weeks now, trying to decide whether or not it is right. Like anything, I'm sure anyone watching this video has Googled what it is and what are the dark sides or potential dark sides of this sort of therapy. I think the first thing that seems to jump to mind seems to be this whole bodybuilding and testosterone things, which is certainly something which is not what I'm looking for at all. Up until this point, I've always been a very active person in terms of my lifestyle anyway. I've always been into fitness, running, hiking, climbing, skiing. So it's not something which has ever hindered me, or it's certainly something which I've never thought I would need to enhance what I do anyway. So it's certainly not an element of what I'm looking at or anything which I'm looking at as a reason. I'm looking at this more of a reason for my kind of mental side of things and how I feel as a person and as a guy, really, in terms of not mental health, I suppose that's for a better word for it, and for energy levels as well. As I've mentioned in previous videos, it's been difficult to sleep at night. I've had a lot of insomnia, certainly for the last few years, and it hasn't improved. I've tried a variety of natural methods in terms of a food, diet, going for walks, going for runs, all different ways to try and help with sleeping patterns and such. And with my energy levels as well, again, I've tried to adapt my diet in certain ways by having more carbohydrates and energy drinks even, I mean, how bad they are, just to try and find if anything can be improved. To date, nothing seems to have worked, and I have been doing this for a number of years now, so it's certainly not something I've been doing in the short term. And so reading up about this testosterone therapy and speaking to the doctor himself, I can see the potential positives to it. It's one of those things where, is it going to have such a negative impact on me that it would put me off? Yeah, there are some negativity side of things of it. A couple of things are obviously the cost being one of them. It's certainly not the cheapest. It's not something you can get through the NHS in the UK very easily. It's something you have to do privately, so it does come at a cost. And obviously injecting yourself as well, it would mean injecting myself at least twice a week. Now, speaking to the doctor, what they do is that if I go ahead with this, they start you on a low dose just to see how you go and see how you react. And I suppose I'm thinking, what would be the harm in just trying? And if I don't like it or something's not quite right, then just stopping it. I'm weighing up those options at the moment. He's recommended that I start on a low dose, which is 100 milliliters a week, which is pretty low. Apparently start at that low, then you have a blood test in 6 weeks to see if anything's improved, whether your testosterone levels have improved, and it's constantly monitored, which does make me feel a bit more comfortable. And I'm not signed into anything that I don't want to do. So if I decide this isn't for me, I can just stop. So we monitored initially after 6 weeks on a lower dose, and then it would be adjusted accordingly. I've been told that the benefits will take about 3 to 6 months to fully show through. So it's not going to happen overnight. So you've got to bear with it. And I suppose that's like anything. It's a bit like being on a diet. You're not going to lose all the weight in a week. It does take time. So I understand that, and I do understand that it will take a little bit of time. So yeah, so at this point, I'm still trying to figure out if it is the right thing for me to do, and I am swaying slightly on giving it a go, trying it and see what happens. I have spoken to other people as well who have gone on this therapy for a variety of different reasons. Many of them for the same sort of reasons as me. They're in their early 40s. They are suffering with insomnia, energy levels are dropping, finding it difficult to lose weight as well. They seem very positive about everything. I've not actually spoken to anyone who's given me a negative negative thought. The only negative thoughts I've seen has actually been online, where there are a lot of YouTubers out there talking about the dark side of testosterone replacement therapy, but I think they talk about that more towards the bodybuilding side of things, where it's used as a performance enhancing drug. But that's at a lot higher levels than what I would be on, and I would be monitored constantly, and my levels are purely to replace my natural testosterone levels. It's not to enhance it in any way, shape or form. There is, it's something I'm not looking at and not interested in. But from speaking to the people I have spoken to face to face and online, it seems to be a positive. That encourages me, and I do think, well, okay, I'm not afraid to give something a go. Historically, in the past, I have done a medical research where I actually was a guinea pig flu vaccine. So, you know, taking risks is something which I have done in the past, and that was, again, that was a controlled risk at that point. And I believe that this is a controlled risk as well, and I fully respect the doctor, and I appreciate their advice, and I'm confident that they will keep an eye on everything and make sure that whatever I do is right for me, and it's going to hopefully provide me with the positives more than the negative side of things. So yeah, so that's where I am at the moment. So I'm just having to think about this, and I do appreciate any comments, or if you've experienced yourself, or if you are on testosterone replacement therapy. I'd love to see comments on your thoughts on this as well, and has it benefited you? Has it had any negative drawbacks on it? So yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll update you soon as to how I proceed.